Hello and welcome to the Red Bull Ring. We're looking at the Red Bull Ring statue on the inside of the track where we were. Very popular track in Austria for the Midwest Motorsports F3 League. Must mean it's Tuesday night. We're glad you're with us. If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Be notified on upcoming events. Every Tuesday night, we have our F3 season. A lot of competitive racing, and you're welcome to check us out, midwest-motorsport.com. You can find our Discord there and get signed up for us. All right, so today we're having a sprint race before the feature race for 1 hour. So a 20-minute sprint race will set the grid for the feature race, and it is inverted start from the sprint results will set the grid for that 1 hour feature. So lots to play for. Right now there's just under 4 minutes left of practice. Your time from practice will set the grid for the sprint race. And it looks like everybody's burning laps, hitting the sausage curb, getting their front end off the ground. And one of the league administrators, Justin Thaler, part of the very famous Thaler family, has got the league started for us at Midwest Motorsports. He's joining us. He's got his lap in. Looks like he's P9 right now, so not a bad start for the sprint race, about his average starting position so far. But Justin, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for all your effort in creating this Midwest Motorsports League. It's been a lot of fun following not only the F3 Challenge, but all the other NASCAR stuff that you have going on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Midwest-motorsports.com is where you can check it out if you're interested in any of those. But yeah, Justin, thank you and your family for getting us going. We have an exciting F3 championship shaping up. How was your season looking, and how was the season participation as a whole looking?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me, by the way, first of all. My season's been kind of ups and downs. Had some decent races. I'm just happy if I can finish within the points here this season. We got a lot of fast guys. Season has grown a lot since our first season of F3, which we're super happy about. Quite a few new members. We were at one point probably over 45 members signed up for the F3 series, so we had a lot of big grids, so there's a lot of good battling going on back and forth there early in the season.
Yeah, that's great. And so how do you decide which car is going to run? And I know right now we are on race 13 of 17, so only 4 races left in the season after this, and that means car selection for next season is underway. Is that right?
Yeah, you're right. So one thing that I believe makes us unique is we allow our members, kind of as the season's winding down, we only have 5 weeks or so left. At that point, the admin team kind of gets together and we kind of throw out some options and actually put a poll out to all our current members and allow them to vote on the car selection. So, our opinion is we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our members, and we appreciate them and allowing them to have a stake in how to shape the season. Kind of gives them their voice to help with the league. So they kind of invest a little bit, because we allow them to choose pretty much, moving forward for the next season what this season will look like. So We'll do the car poll, which we have out now. We have a lot of good options. We have basically retention of the F3 car, which would be the 3rd season of its running. And then we have another option, which is others. The new LMP3, the Radical SR10, or the GT4 class. So if that option wins, we'll pull another survey for those out of those 3 options. And then obviously the winner out of those 3 would be the selection moving forward.
Right on. We're coming up on 30 seconds left before the sprint race starts, so I'll try to be quick and just say, once again, I think it's really cool that you have the racers interested and involved in the decision-making process. I think that's definitely way cool. And once again, I know you don't have a personal preference. You may not be able to say it right now, but again, it's really exciting. I want to say thanks again for doing that. Anything else you want to say before you throw it to the sprint race?
I just want to thank everybody who's participated thus far. It's a good group community. If anybody out there listening is interested in joining a fun, clean, competitive league, check us out on all our different social media accounts and our website. Sign up today.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Justin. I'm going to throw you back up in your voice on the Discord here, and we'll good luck to you in the sprint race, and we'll see you after the race. All right. So that's it. Thank you, Justin, for joining us before the sprint race. And don't look now, but Max Bauer has put the car on pole. There he is, Max Bauer. Jason Phillips second. Rob Angus qualifies third. Justin Fedorowski qualifies fourth. Steve Hansel fifth. Sixth is Gary G. Justin Glockner seventh. Andrew Williams eighth. Christian Hill ninth. Justin Thaler top 10. For Justin, Jesse BD. Sorry, Jesse. Welcome. This is the first time I've seen you, so I'm glad you're with us tonight, Jesse. From the True North, Canada, making his first appearance tonight. Taylor Montague, just behind him. Nicholas Stockner, Brian Alvarez, David Wortman, Joshua Bloom, Andrew Miller, Adrian Fedorowski, and Brian Coxon complete the field. As everybody comes to the grid, we still have 5 or 6 to come. This is a 20-minute sprint race. So let's see. Inverted field. Before we get to the feature, no points awarded for the sprint race, to my knowledge. So anything can happen in the sprint race. I expect some action. All right, so we're up. Here we go. Getting ready for the sprint race, 20-minute sprint race. The lights are out. We're off. Lots of wheel spin by the pole setter, Max Bauer. Jason Phillips with the early lead. Justin Fedorowski in the yellow car second. Everybody makes it through. So far, so good. Looks like Max Bauer's dropped down to fourth. Fifth and sixth right behind him. Steve Hansel and Gary G. Round turn 2 into turn 3. Great overhead shots here. Oh, Justin Fedorowski spins him out. Yeah, we're going to have to see a replay on that. That happened way too fast for me to make any sense of it. But this is one of the disadvantages of these tight corners here in open wheel cars, especially, let's be a lesson for the sprint race. I think it's going to happen in P2 and 3. There it is. Jason Phillips and Justin Fedorowski just gets it a little bit too hard right into Justin Phillips and ready to go, and nowhere for third and fourth to go. Max Bauer gets some. And look at that. Steve Hansel goes around on the inside, stays on the track. Andrew Williams right behind him. Gary G in the green car makes it out okay. And then Christian Hill and Justin Thaler. So I think that Justin Fedorowski was expecting Jason Phillips to get a little better run. Justin carries more momentum. A little squiggle there, kind of a second correction there, maybe a little loss of traction on power. Spins the Air Jordan car out, and here comes Max Bauer, hits Justin from behind. Nowhere for Max Bauer to go. We're going to see one more time. Here's the view from Adrian Fedorowski in the yellow car that we're riding now, back live with Adrian Fedorowski. He's in P12. Max Bauer has made it all the way back up to second after being involved in that. Now ducks inside, takes over the lead. And we got more spinners. It looks like Steve Hansel's going around. Or was that Justin Thaler? Must have been Justin Thaler that got a piece. There he is, Max Bauer on the inside. Behind it. Oh, Justin Thaler just dives in. A little off throttle oversteer trying to avoid second place of Andrew Williams. Justin Taylor just lost it trying to avoid. Gary G goes around. Tough break for our league admin. Steve Hansel, Max Bauer. Justin Taylor tries not to hit Andrew Williams and locks it up and nowhere for Max Bauer. Max Bauer just in the wrong place, the wrong time again. Steve Hansel takes off the wing. So there's got to be cars in pits. Christian Hill's in the pits. But Max Bauer takes control of the lead. He's got to have some damage. That car is probably not handling 100%. Here we are with Brian Alvarez and Adrian Fedorowski. Adrian Fedorowski in the yellow car. Brian Alvarez right behind him. Josh Williams. All right. Forgive me for that one. I was looking at yellow cars, not paying attention. Riding with Joshua Bloom now, who's in third place, with Jesse right behind him. Coming around to the very few left-hand turns on this track. Coming up on 15 minutes down. A lot of action so far. Haven't really had a chance to introduce everybody to the track. You can see the track map. Mostly right-handers. Just two lefts on the infield. 10 turns. A1 ring. Justin Taylor on the inside. Gets around Brian Alvarez. Gary G gets around David Wortman in the same time. Here we are again riding with Justin Taylor. Up to 8th place. After being up front earlier, get a little spin and nice recovery for Justin Taylor to get back into the top 10 again, ahead of where he started. Probably feels pretty lucky. Nicholas Stockner now in 5th. Taylor Montague and Adrian Fedorowski this time. Taylor Montague, great view, goes on the inside. Turn 6, coming down for another left in turn 7. Little curve right, a lot of curb. This is a very fast turn 9 to a tighter turn 10. Lots of runoff room on the left. Let's see how much curb they use. Yep, and one more really tight. Turn 10 to come on the front straight. Again, lots of runoff room there, but easy to get the car unsettled. And here we go, Adrian Fedorowski looking at Nicholas Stockner. Nicholas Stockner claims the inside line. Adrian Fedorowski keeps it, stays inside the sausage curb, so maintains the position without going past track limits. Great job of driving there also by Nicholas Stockner to concede the pass and try to repass before the end of the sprint race, like this. Nicholas Stockner did a great job under braking. Right back on the rear wing now of Adrian Fedorowski as they come down into turn 4. Very hard right. Adrian holds off Nicholas so far. Nicholas definitely shows the front wing. They go around the bend. Turn 5 into turn 6. The left, lots of runoff room. There's actually a cutoff road. Whoa, we got a spinner up there. That must be, who is that? Jesse off into the sand all on his own. I don't think he got help. Riding with Jesse, yeah, he just lost it. Little on the curb, too much on the inside, and did not like it. All right, we got some action now with David Wortman. Jason Phillips gets around him. Jason Phillips trying to make his way back to the front. Nicholas Stockner and Justin Thaler. Justin gets around to see if he can hold it. Nicholas Stockner on the inside. See if Justin can do the crossover. Yes, he does. Textbook. Justin Thaler with a nice, clean pass there. Gotta admit. All right, here's David Wortman and Jason Phillips there. Oh, Wortman just locks it up going in. Good job to get out of the racing line there. Good job, David. Thank you for that. But yeah, don't look now. Justin Thaler, after an earlier spin, back up to P6. Riding with Justin Thaler. Turn 9, past pit entrance. Turn 10, easy on the inside curve. Nice job staying off of the runoff to finish another lap. Let's ride along with Justin for a full lap at the Red Bull Ring. 2.683 miles. Turn 1, pretty fast. Difficult to be consistent without a lot of practice to get through turn 1 and carry speed, which is, I imagine, on the first lap what caused some of the chaos. Much harder braking, much sharper turn 3. That little curve to the left was turn 2, actually. So we're through turn 3 now. Downhill, over a couple little rollers to turn 4, which is a very tight right-hander. Set up wide. Lots of sand on the left. Hitting the apex, power down. Stay off the sand. It's a great passing zone that we just passed turn 4. Now the turn 6 and 7 were 2 left-handers. There's a little access road on the right where you can kind of cheat a little bit and get a little extra entry into turn 6 there. Nice job using the full track. Turn 8 is a little bend there to the right. And back again, 9 and 10 as we come to the end of the lap. 2.683 miles, if you want to get specific. Boom, through turn 10. Oh, nice overcorrection. Little oversteer there. Trying to carry as much speed as you can back to the lap. Justin Thaler, that lap was a 125.234, which is actually his fast lap, so good for him. Max Bauer is your purple, your fastest lap with a 124.126. I see a spinner up there. That might be Adrian Fedorowski. Looks like he was dropping a little bit. Let's ride with Adrian, just get a little too much curve while you're on power, and around she goes. Lights it up, little snap turn. Corrects it, carries on. Adrian Fedorowski still in P10. Justin Thaler, position 5 right now. All right, so Max Bauer did a 124.1 for his fast lap so far. We are 11 and a little bit more laps in. There's Max using the whole track, going outside of turn 10, around for another lap. 24.6, so half a second slower than his previous lap. There's been lots of racing here since 1969. The track was made in Austria, Österreich Ring, originally. 1969, 1970 was their first actual race. Here we go, Jason Phillips trying to make his way back up in 7th. Currently chasing down Nicholas Stockner, stalking him. So the F3 track record in real life, Oscar Piastri with a 120.9. So 124.1 for Max Bauer is your fast lap. We guys are a little bit of work to do if real life is any indicator. Maybe the track conditions might have been a little different. But the Formula One track record is Valtteri Bottas, the 102. What do we got here? Watching a replay, Brian Alvarez. Currently in 10th. Oh, turn 3, a little too much. Going uphill, a little too much curb. brakes traction and spins it out. Again, Jason Phillips and Nicholas Stockner having a ding-dong battle here. Coming through 8 now, headed back to turn 9. Nicholas Stockner tried to close the door into turn 9, down the hill. Stockner leaves lots of room, and Gary G ready to pounce, trying to take advantage as well. Jason Phillips clears him. Nicholas Stockner just trying to defend a little too strong coming out of the two left-handers. Cost him in 9, lost a lot of momentum. Gary G finishes him off in turn 1. So move Gary G up another spot to 7th. Nicholas Stockner in 8th, coming up on 6 minutes to go. A little bit of argy-bargy there, but nothing intentional, of course. But let's see if Gary G here didn't quite get the run, or over brakes maybe, over slows. He is on the inside, wants to make sure he gets that car pointed right. Nicholas Stockner expecting him to turn in already, and Gary G is trying to make sure he gets straight before he puts the power down. Riding now with Gary G in 7th, Nicholas Stockner behind him. No harm, no foul, just good racing. Again, this is iRacing. We're here to have fun. It's a great place to battle your friends, have some good racing, improve your lap times, improve your racecraft, and enjoy it and talk about it all week until the next time. We love it. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. This 20-minute sprint race. And then we'll invert for the feature race, which is still going to be 1 hour. We're glad you're with us. Thanks for joining. Andrew Williams here, 2nd place, trying to chase down Max Bauer. Holding off Joshua Bloom right behind him. So Joshua Bloom in the green car, chasing Andrew Williams in the orange car. I believe that's a lap car in front. Maybe Steve Hansel. All good. Let's see if Joshua Bloom can chase down Andrew Williams. So we're coming through turn 9, down into turn 10, downhill a little bit off camber. Joshua Bloom takes a lot of the curb on the inside there, trying to keep some speed up. Andrew Williams, a much cleaner line. But let's see now. Andrew Williams doing a great job. Thank you, sir. I believe that is Steve Hansel, yielding great sportsmanship there, Steve. We appreciate you, man. Driving a bad few laps earlier. Steve Hansel recognizes a fight for position behind him. Great job of pulling over, make your intentions known, and get right around, and you can carry on with your race. Steve Hansel hanging in there in case anything happens. So, favorite track on the Formula One circuit or any racing circuit? I know MotoGP comes here every year. Formula One comes here. Obviously, the DTM, German touring cars come. They even had Euro trucks, the big rig trucks, obviously without a trailer, but steam brakes. Seen them run around here a little bit. V8 World Series races here. The Austrian fans are incredibly passionate. A great place to fight for position. Less than 3 minutes to go now. I'm looking online to try to find out how many cars invert. It's on the website. I'm browsing the website. I haven't found it just yet. We will know in a minute. Reverse grid from results of sprint race is what it says. 7.6 fuel load, so that might be a one-stop. There's a lot of wide open throttle on this layout. A lot of long straights and sharp turns. High fuel consumption. Max Bauer with an 8-second lead, so I don't think we're missing too much action on the track. Max Verstappen has 4 wins in Formula One, the most repeat winner of all time right now. Alain Prost, Ronnie Peterson, Alan Jones all have 3 wins. Michael Schumacher with 2. I can go on. Ferrari's won 7 races here. McLaren won 6. Last winner was Charles Leclerc in Ferrari. All right, coming up on 1 minute to go. Back to Midwest Motorsports. On-track action. Max Bauer, your leader. Coming down into turn 4. Little slight right-hand bend is considered turn 5. Through 3rd, 4th. Let's see if he gets into 5th gear. And then drops back down to 4th and 3rd. Around turn 6. Uses the short track as an entry into 6. Second sector there. Looks like Max Bauer might get one more lap. Max Bauer's going to get one. He might have a victory lap all on his own. Andrew Williams 8 seconds behind him. Here we are with Gary G in 6th. Looking at Jason Phillips, who's made it all the way back up to 5th after being in that turn 1, lap 1 incident. Everybody's going to finish the lap they're on. Looks like Justin Fedorowski had a bad lap on the last lap. Max Bauer is going to be your winner. 8 seconds, more than 8. Through turn 7 one more time. Staying off of the sand. It's all you, Max Bauer. Coming around turn 9 into turn 10 for the last time in the sprint race. He's going to invert, but he's definitely going to take home a win. Congratulations, Max Bauer. Bang Racing Team. His teammate, Johan de Roy, not here today. Congratulations, Max Bauer. Maybe Max is driving Johan's car. Here we are for 5th, Jason Phillips and Gary G again with Tyler Montague right ahead. Oh, Jason Phillips gets a bad run off of turn 10. Can he get it? Gary G. Yes. Gary Kachang takes over 5th out of the last corner. That's why you never say never. What a great finish for Gary. Jason Phillips probably kicking himself, although he does end up 1 spot ahead on the feature race. We'll see if that plays off. Here's Justin Glockner in 16th. Fighting with Christian Hill. As they bring it home, Christian Hill gets in the sand just a little bit, but good for Justin Glockner. Glad to see you racing again with us, Justin. All right, man, I gotta give it to Gary Kachang there, unless Jason Phillips was playing little cat and mouse there, getting 1 spot better for the feature race. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I might be tempted to do the same thing. I might not, but you never know. So congratulations to Max Bauer. Let's invert and go again. What do you say? Current points, Johan DeRoy, Gary G, Jason Phillips, Justin Fedorowski, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. There's the final results. Max Bauer, your sprint race winner. Andrew Williams, Joshua Bloom, Taylor Montague, Gary G for 5th, Jason Phillips 6th, Adrian Fedorowski 7th, Jesse in his first race with us, P8, Rob Angus 9th, Brian Alvarez is your top 10. David Wortman, Justin Thaler ends up 12th. We're lining up for the hour. Let's see where they start. Max Bauer, looking for Max Bauer. Outside of 12? Where's Max? We're inverting the whole field. All right, this is going to be exciting. Whole field invert. Oh my gosh. Steve Ansel forgot to pay attention. All right, Ryan Cox, early lead. They make it through turn 1, almost. Remember, it's a long race. We have 1 hour. 3 wide. 3 wide, headed down the back of the track into turn 3. Up the hill. A little bit of luck up there, but no harm, no foul so far. Everybody's made it through. Nice job. Formula 3 racing at Midwest Motorsports. 1 hour race has begun. This is your 1 hour feature. The inverted field down to turn 4, the downhill. Off camber a little bit. Lots of runoff room. So far, so good. We're all through. I love it. Nice patience. Even the guys that finished last in the sprint race have made it clean so far. Still racing. Look at Christian Hill in second, trying to get around Brian Coxon. Justin Fedorowski in third. He had a Brad sprint race, got the benefit of a good starting spot for this feature. Christian Hill, Justin Fedorowski right behind him. We know Justin's fast. He qualified well. And the sprint, had a bad sprint, decided to stay in the back. Christian Hill doing a nice job. Justin Fedorowski in third. Justin Glockner fourth. Justin Thaler fifth. Here we go. Justin Fedorowski inside. Thought about taking 2 spots. Here we go. Down the hill now into turn 4. It's Justin Fedorowski going to go from third to first. We're going 3 wide. Christian Hill makes it 3 wide on the outside. Justin Fedorowski wisely backs out, does not want to go 3 wide. But look at 4th place now, Justin Glockner. And Justin Thaler behind him. So Glockner eyeballing the action in front of him, as well as Justin Thaler. All right, so Justin Fedorowski now setting his sights to try to get around Christian Hill. One more time, headed into turn 9. It's a blind crest there. You don't really see turn 9. It's hidden by the barriers and everything, so it's kind of hard to see exactly where the turn 9 apex is. You just have to trust it. Through turn 10 and around for another lap. Brian Coxon, after finishing last in the sprint race, doing a great job here holding off everybody in the feature. Justin Fedorowski inside Christian Hill. Christian Hill leaves plenty of room, takes a wide line, keeps the momentum up. Great job there by Christian Hill. Showing some great racing. Now defensive on the inside. Justin Fedorowski, let's see if he goes around the outside of turn 4. Really hard to do. I'm sorry, turn 3. Doesn't quite make it stick. Just eyeballing. I tell you, Christian Hill's doing a great job of defense as they head down to turn 4. Very, very tight. Going around the outside is almost impossible. Great job, Christian Hill, holding off Justin Fedorowski for one more lap. whole lot of racing left, but looks like Justin Thaler has gotten around Rob Angus. Or is that Rob Angus catching up to Justin Thaler? Justin Thaler now reeling in Justin Glockner. Is Justin Glockner eyeballing Justin Fedorowski? 3 Justins, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Commentators trying to keep it all together. Excited. I hope you're excited. I'm excited just calling it. I know Justins are excited. And we're just at 5 minutes, and up on 5 minutes into the race. So far, the fastest lap is Andrew Williams in 10th. But the battle is in the front right now. Brian Coxon pulling out up to almost a full second over Christian Hill. Justin Glockner now drops back a little bit. So Justin Fedorowski is cleared to fight ahead, look ahead. Through turn 4 they go, around the little bend, headed towards the 2 left-handers, 6 and 7. See if Fedorowski can set up a move. Gets a good run out of 6, backing up the gap, see if he can get a run down to turn 9 as they go through 7. Round 8, not enough of a run. Christian Hill carrying good momentum, but that is a great place to set up the pass. It really starts back at the exit of turn 4, to be honest, to set up a pass into turn 9. Another way to do it is come out of the last turn, turn 10. Fedorowski in the slipstream now has the preferred line. Turn 1 is a pretty fast turn. Christian Hill leaves plenty of room. Fedorowski stays tight, side by side again. Here we go, through turn 2. Fedorowski with the inside line in the yellow car. Tries to create some room for himself, backs off early. Christian Hill leaves room. Tough break for Justin Glockner. A little bit of damage on his front wing, but tried to set up the move. I think Christian left some room there. Just good hard racing. I love what I'm seeing. Maybe a little bit of damage on Fedorowski's car now as he's a little bit off pace. Christian Hill now with a little bit of a gap. Yeah, Fedorowski must have received some damage. I saw Justin Glockner lose some carbon fiber and now Rob Angus trying to take advantage of the Justins getting together. So here you are, Justin Fedorowski looking back at Glockner. Oh, Fedorowski goes around. No rear wing. That's probably why. No downforce on the back. That's not going to help in the high-speed turn 9. That's why he was doing bad. Yeah, no rear downforce. That was never going to happen. Tough break for Justin Fedorowski. He'll come in and get a fast pit. 5 again. Four wide, 3 wide. Justin Glockner. Justin Thaler, Gary G. Rob Angus. Action everywhere. Justin Thaler in 5th in the orange car. Rob Angus, Gary G ahead of him. And Joshua Bloom behind Justin Glockner. Now, we got a spinner. Oh no, Christian Hill. Is that our leader? No, second. Oh, tough break for Christian Hill. He's gonna go all the way back. They're fighting early. Here he is in second. A little too much curve, downhill, just runs off into the gravel. And on the throttle a little too soon. Oh, Christian, I feel your pain. It's easy to do, even professionals run off there. Justin Glockner just got passed by Andrew Williams. To come back. Feel bad for Christian Hill fighting in second place. All by himself, just trying to chase down the leader. Runs off into the gravel. Tough break, Christian. Christian was very fast, I'm sure. Should do great for his confidence. See if he can come back. Right now, we're looking at Justin Glockner, Max Bauer, and Jason Phillips. Back up front now, Gary G gets around Rob Angus on the inside. Rob Angus in the Polaroid car, Gary G in the green car. Textbook move by Gary G, showing his experience there on this Red Bull ring. Rob Angus looking to fight back in turn 4. Decides better of it to wait. We're not even 10 minutes in. And we're racing hard. This is for 3rd place. Don't look now, Justin Thaler all the way up into 4th now. Rob Angus trying to chase down Gary G. So we do know that Max Bauer won the sprint race. He started last, 19th. He has made it all the way back up to 7th so far as Max Bauer. So progress being made. Justin Glockner in the pits, trying to do some repair on padding. But Brian Coxon definitely holding his own. 125.4 his last lap. Here we are again with Rob Angus holding off Justin Thaler, Joshua Bloom, and Andrew Williams behind them. Andrew Williams, Justin Thaler does not quite have enough to make a room on Rob Angus, but behind him, Joshua Bloom and Andrew Williams are fighting, with Max Bauer in 7th behind them. Rob Angus, a little bit of brake lock up there. Rob Angus currently 3rd spot. Justin Thaler in 4th. Right behind him, using all the track. Headed towards turn 9. Over the little blind crest, looking for a blind apex into turn 9. Justin Thaler goes really wide. In between 9 and 10. Out for another lap. Trying to get a slipstream. Biggest mover, there's 3 guys with 12 places ahead. Now 13 is Joshua Bloom. Gets around Justin Thaler there. Not sure what happened. Justin Thaler might have had a bad corner or bad lockup. Dropped a couple spots there. Justin Thaler back down to 6th. Joshua Bloom and Andrew Williams both up 13. Side by side they go. Justin Thaler wants some more action. Back and forth and back and forth. Just swapping places. Not even 15 minutes in. Defensive driving, offensive driving. Justin Thaler pops out. Andrew Williams pulls out to block him. Justin has to go back in behind Joshua Bloom. Joshua Bloom now into turn 6 they go. Joshua Bloom in the green car leading Andrew Williams and Justin Thaler behind them. Turn 6 and 7. Headed towards turn 9 once again. Joshua Bloom holding off Andrew Williams. And who is this behind him? The purple car. He looks familiar. I've seen him before. Max Bauer up to 6th now. Gets by Justin Thaler. Or does he? Andrew Williams and Joshua Bloom going at it. I'd say that's pretty clean racing. Max Bauer around Justin Thaler. Justin Thaler wants it back. Trying to get around Josh Bloom. Josh Bloom had a bad run off there, about 5 or 10 miles an hour slower out of turn 1. Through turn 3 they go. Headed downhill towards turn 4 again. Joshua Bloom goes down a couple spots. But Max Bauer all the way up to 5th now. Justin Thaler trying to fight back. Max Bauer showing his skill. The winner of the sprint race in 15 minutes has made it from 19th all the way up to 6th from a dead stop, standing start, I should say. As he eyeballs Andrew Williams, Max Bauer just being smooth. Using every inch of the track. I'm sure this is not Max Bauer's first few laps around Red Bull Ring. You know, Max is an international driver, lots of experience with iRacing, very high I rating. We're glad he's with us in the league, but showing why he and teammate Johan de Roy are at the top of the team's championship. Not only because of Johan, but also because of Max's contributions, as he's now inside Andrew Williams for turn 3. Plenty of room by both drivers there. Great racing. Andrew Williams definitely putting up a fight, as he should. Andrew Williams holding them off. Andrew Williams has been in a lot of racing earlier today. His tires are probably not in the optimum condition. Max Bauer does a textbook move into turn 4. Just the right amount of braking, trail braking, bleeding off as you go in. Get the car rotated, carry as much speed as possible, just muscle memory. Max Bauer makes it look easy, has already gapped Andrew Williams by over half a second in 2 turns. Max Bauer showing his prowess. P4. Behind him, Justin Thaler and Andrew Williams going at it again. Andrew Williams has it. Justin Thaler wants it. That's 5th position. And Joshua Bloom, another very fast driver at this track. It's fun to see Joshua Bloom doing well in 7th place. Trying to be there to take advantage of any mishaps between Thaler and Williams. Headed up the hill into turn 3. One of the sharpest turns on the track. Uphill still. Finally, they crest as they get down the curbs. Now we start to go downhill. A downhill run to turn 4. Half a second or so. Max Bauer checking out. 1 second now. Off track for Joshua Bloom. What happened? What did we miss? Maybe just ran wide. Sorry, I saw a little blink there. But yeah, Gary G in the lead. Here's a replay of Nicholas Stockner. What happens here in the purple car? A little too much curve once again on power. We've all made that mistake. It's all right, Nicholas. Get you back on the track. Justin Thaler and Joshua Bloom going at it for 6th. Max Bauer gets around Rob Angus. Oh, or does he? Back and forth they go. Max Bauer makes it happen. Max Bauer up to 3rd now. Blocks the inside line, comes back in front of Rob Angus. A little bit of lockup on the inside there. Turn 6. Short shoot to turn 7. Max Bauer in 3rd. He's got about 3.5 seconds now to get Brian Coxon. But it's good to see Gary G up in front now. Brian Coxon 2nd. Great run for Brian Coxon. Really good to see him holding his spot after a bad sprint race. All right, Brian Alvarez, what are we going to see? turn one. You really try to carry a lot of speed through there and just going over the bumps and the curb. He and Jason Phillips are teammates to Michael Jordan livery. The other Montague, oh, look at this, Andrew Williams. Over the sausage curb. Rob Angus and Andrew Williams going back and forth. And behind him, Justin Thaler and Joshua Bloom. Side by side into turn 4. Justin Taylor's got it. All right. There it is. Justin Taylor gives a little bit of room there for Joshua Bloom. Back and forth, Justin Taylor and Joshua Bloom. Justin Taylor's really had a great race. I hope you were listening earlier in the practice session. Justin Taylor joining us, the broadcast, with some league info. It's great to see him doing well in the feature race. Just past 20 minutes. 39 minutes to go. Justin Taylor still holding off Joshua Bloom. Gary G, meanwhile, in the lead. His fast lap is a 1:24.3, his most recent lap. So a new fast lap, best lap for Gary G, new personal best. Max Bauer, 1:24.0 to a 1:24.3 for Gary G. So doing well. Gary G holding his own. Here we are again, Justin Taylor and Joshua Bloom. Justin Taylor defends early. Joshua Bloom squeezes him down. Taylor's got the preferred line. Replay of Andrew Williams. I hope not. What are we seeing? A little bit of lockup. Oh, he goes around. Luckily, Justin Taylor and Joshua Bloom were able to avoid him. Andrew Williams goes off track and straightens it out. Back into 8th place, returns on track in 8th. Looks like Christian Hill has made it all the way back up to 7th. So good job for Christian Hill after being off earlier. Brian Coxon now. Max Bauer has caught him. Brian Coxon, this is turn 2, headed up to turn 3. Uphill braking zone. Max Bauer on the inside. Spins it on traction. Little on power oversteer there. Brian Coxon does a great job making him have to try to complete the pass. Max Bauer's rear tires are probably a little bit overheated. I give Brian Coxon a lot of credit there for leaving room in case Max Bauer does decide to dive bomb inside there. Max Bauer decides not to, but really heads up racing there by Brian Coxon. Brian Coxon and Max Bauer headed over the crest looking for turn 9. So they go downhill, setting up for turn 10, the final turn of the track. Brian Coxon, a little bit early apex. Max Bauer, I believe, carried a little more momentum, but not close enough to benefit from a slipstream at this point. So it's going to be another couple of corners before Max Bauer can reel him back in using all of the exit of turn 1, straddling the sausage curb. Up the hill into turn 3. The uphill assisting the braking. As soon as I say that, of course, Brian Coxon has a slight lockup, but maintains his speed and car control. Headed down the hill turn towards 4 again. Great driving from the front all day, Brian Coxon. Now, Gary G has reached out to a 4-second lead. We think it's going to be a one stop. We'll see if anybody stops before 30 minutes. Brian Coxon doing a great job holding off the fastest guy on the track, Max Bauer. Really appreciate everybody watching us on Twitch or YouTube. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video. Tell your friends, tell your family. I hope I'm pronouncing everybody's name right. Please feel free to DM me, James J, on the Discord. If not, I'll make it right. Let's see if Max Bauer can complete the pass. Turn 3 once again. Here we are. Brian Coxon runs wide but carries enough speed through the exit that Max Bauer has to continue to follow. While they're doing that, Gary G is just continuing to drive away. Max Bauer needs to pick his spot and just try to eyeball a place where there could be opportunity. Maybe a driving habit that Brian Coxon has that I don't see, that maybe Max Bauer is going to try to take advantage of at some point. Here we are with Max Bauer, 140, 150, close to 150. Oh, in turn 9. Brian Coxon playing it really safe into turn 9, which I don't blame you. Carry more speed out of 10. Max Bauer definitely in the slipstream now. Pops out, carries a little speed. They're going to go side by side at 1 in the braking zone. Great camera work by Colin Huffman in the booth. Max Bauer completes the pass that time. Great driving there by both drivers. But Max Bauer, on his march to the front, has now made it all the way up to second place. Here's a replay of Brian Alvarez. What are we going to see? Brian Alvarez all by himself. A little too much speed. Tries to avoid the sausage curve there and avoid spinning out. Just a little lock up. Here's a replay of Jesse. Oh, off into the gravel. Oh, and then getting back on the track. Lights him up with the gravel on his tires. Not a lot of traction. Right into the service road, no contact with the barrier. Definitely loss of car control, but no contact, thankfully. So live to fight another day. Steve Hansel now. Steve Hansel in 8th. Looking up at Christian. See if Steve can reel him in here. Coming around turn 10. Onto the front straight. They remodeled the garages there on the right. Really top class, world class facilities here at the Red Bull Ring. Steve Hansel trying to chase down Christian Hill. We know Christian Hill has had some action earlier in the race. I believe he even came into pit. But definitely with some previous action. Doing a great job in 7th place. But Steve Hansel, little by little, under braking now in turn 4. Oh man, can he do it? Keep your eyes open for the pits. Everybody looks like they're going to make it to 30. So Steve Hansel now racing Christian Hill. Over the crest, headed at turn 9. There's a good idea of how hard it is to see that apex. Running wide to carry more momentum coming out of 10. Any extra speed here? Let's see. Steve Hansel, a little bit. 2/10, not quite enough. And they're braking. Carry the speed, turn in. On power. Christian Hill, a little bit of wheel spin there. Steve Hansel takes advantage, gets a better run out of turn 3. I'm sorry, out of turn 1. Named after Niki Lauda, by the way. Turn 1, Niki Lauda turn. But look at this. Christian Hill holding strong on the outside. Gotta love that. Nice work, Christian Hill. Steve Hansel might have expected a clean pass, but Christian Hill said, not today. Not yet. Oh, into the gravel a little bit. Christian Hill, just enough to slow him down. Steve Hansel putting the pressure on. Christian Hill finally coming to it. Once again, turn 4 exit, that sand trap. Catches another victim, Christian Hill, as Steve Hansel gets around. Headed to turn 9. Let's see if they pit this time. Maybe one more lap. Cut it halfway so everybody can make it. It's not going to be a fuel strategy race. Once again, great racing here on the Midwest Motorsports F3 season. One of the great benefits of joining Midwest Motorsports is our affiliation with the different associations we have. Track Racer has great sim rigs. Don't forget to click the Track Racer link if you're in the market for sim rigs or monitor stands. Trackracer.com. TRAK Racer. All right, we got Brian Alvarez and Justin Glockner both in the pits. Just past halfway. They're in 17th and 18th. 16th and 17th. And Gary G is also in the pits, so your leader has made it to the pits. So let's see if Max Bauer, he was 4 seconds behind at the time that Gary G came in. So now Max Bauer assumes the lead. The pit shuffle. Sorry guys, we can trying to find some more information here for you while we let the pits cycle through. Positions are going to be changing. I don't see any huge on-track battles right now. We'll see where Brian Coxon comes back out. He was just doing a great job. P3 there. All right, so the season leader is Johan de Roy. He's out today. He had a pretty big lead. So he could possibly miss the race and still maintain the lead. But Gary G and Justin Fedorowski are fighting for second. All right, Max Bauer comes into the pit. There we go. All right, so there's 4 seconds behind. This last lap was the purple lap again, 123.8. So let's see if he should get a little bit less fuel also because he stopped 1 lap later than Gary G. Here's Gary G. Great view. Thanks, Colin. Once again, Colin Huffman in the truck working the cameras. Looking for Gary G on the track. Max Bauer on the exit. The exit of the pit lane is after turn 1. So we'll let Gary G come through turn 1. Max Bauer, look right, look right, look right. Yep. Gary G back to the front. But that is your race for the lead. Now 1.1 second. So just going 1 extra lap really helped Max. I hope he got enough fuel. Maybe Gary got a little bit more fuel than he needed to play safe. But as far as the points go, Gary Kachang is in second in the points. Max Bauer is in 8th point. So this definitely is an opportunity for Gary G. He is 102 points behind Johan, but got to make some move. Here's Brian Coxon in 4th. Looking at Justin Fedorowski in 3rd. So the pit cycle there may have not worked to Brian Coxon's benefit there. Justin Fedorowski looks like he came out in front. Here's Taylor Montague. Let's see what happens here. Turn 3, big on the sausage curve, on power, cold tires. Maybe I'll play a role. Not bad. Here we go. Justin Fedorowski in 3rd. 6 seconds behind Max Bauer. Looks like Gary G has extended the lead a little bit on Max. New tires doing good things for Gary G's situation. Max might be fuel saving a little bit or tire saving a little. But Gary G showing that it's okay to give him the lead. He's earned it. First of all, made some good racing moves. Up 14 spots is Gary G. Very experienced racer. 2,800 plus I rating, so not his first rodeo either. Not giving Gary G enough credit. Justin Fedorowski in 3rd. Max Bauer 2nd. Great job by Nicholas Stockner now. Oh, I'm sorry. That may have been Alvarez going down a lap to Max. Yeah, Gary G doing a good job holding off a 2-second lead for Max Bauer. So Max Bauer is in 8th place, only 20 points back to Steve Hansel. Steve Hansel, that's not his best race ever, but still holding down 8th place right now. And Justin Thaler just in front of them. So the battle for 5th to 8th is really close. Less than 30 points between 4 drivers. 4 races to go after this. Great job by Max Bauer. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that. Jason Phillips hunting down Andrew Williams. Jason Phillips in the white Jordan car. Andrew Williams in the orange car just in front. This is the battle for 10th. Jason Phillips trying to reel him in. Through 6 and 7, headed towards turn 9. Down there. Turns in, here we go. Jason Phillips, step on it. Oh, a little oversteer there. Loses traction, maybe some curbs. Andrew Williams and Justin Fedorowski again. Adrian Fedorowski, sorry. Andrew Williams in front. Adrian Fedorowski in the yellow car. All right, we got 2 Fedorowskis, similar paint schemes, and Andrew Williams is the meat in the Fedorowski sandwich. Getting pressure from Justin behind. Jason Phillips trying to come back to the front behind Justin Fedorowski. Jason Phillips and Justin Fedorowski's going at it. Jason Phillips not quite there. Let's see right behind him. That's the battle for 9th. I'm sorry, for 10th. Looks like Jason Phillips got him. Jason Phillips gets around Justin Fedorowski. Jason Phillips now sets his sights on Andrew Williams, as Justin Fedorowski did not have a good turn 9 and turn 10. Jason Phillips also involved in some earlier action, so trying to make his way back to the front. We know Jason Phillips has a fast car, fast driver. Shout out to Adrian Fedorowski, doing a great job in 8th, keeping a nice lead over Andrew Williams. Oh, Justin Fedorowski goes a little wide there once again. Andrew Williams focusing his eyes ahead. Try to let go of what's behind him and just focus forward on turn 9. Carry your speed. Turn 10 onto the long front straight. Once again, 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go. Andrew Williams from Bowling Springs, South Carolina. Doing a great job. Been married a couple of years. Kyle Larson fan. Andrew Williams looking good. The orange paint job. But behind him, Jason Phillips, reeling him in little by little. Got around Justin Fedorowski. Now Jason Phillips trying to reel in Andrew Williams. Great shot there through turn 9. Onto the jump man, Jason Phillips. Up the hill for turn 1. Carry a lot of speed, look for the yellow curve. Just a little bit off the apex there, but clean. Not wanting to risk too much at this stage in the race. Top 10 for Jason Phillips. Probably not good enough yet. Closes in significantly. Turn 3. Little accordion effect there. Seven-tenths of a second behind Andrew Williams. Rolls up. Turn 4. Exit. Stay out of the sand trap. Nice job. A lot of lap cars ahead. A lot of cars, a lot of racing up ahead. So all to play for, just over 15 minutes to go. But expect some action, especially in front. This is where fatigue starts to set in. You've been breathing, you've been concentrating for 45 minutes plus the sprint race, so over an hour already. What are we looking at? Replay here, riding with Andrew Miller. Oh, staying out of the way, he really gave him plenty of room there. I think that was Christian Hill. That was not Andrew Miller's fault there. I feel like Andrew gave him plenty of room. And who's that behind him? Is that Christian Hill? Hard to tell, but definitely staying driver's right. Maybe it was too late of a move and Christian was already trying to go inside. Not sure exactly. Of course, it was an accident. I feel bad for Andrew Miller. He's trying to stay out of the way. Loses his rear wing thanks to the super slow-mo. Nope, that was not Christian Hill. Nicholas Stockner, thank you. At least it was a purple car with orange wheels. I was close. I hope Christian Hill will forgive me. I hope Christian Hill's family has recovered from their heart attack that I just gave him. Sorry about that. Nicholas Stockner, just bad timing on the decision making. Nobody's fault. Just bad luck. Oh, look, here we go. Race for the lead now, under a second, under half a second. Max Bauer has caught Gary G. 15 minutes to go. How patient does Max Bauer want to be? Who's going to make the mistake first? I think that's what it's going to come down to, a mistake or a brave move. I think Max Bauer being there has put pressure on Gary G, and Gary has not wavered under the pressure at all. Full credit to Gary G. Max Bauer is tired of waiting for a mistake and now has to really turn it on if he's going to win this thing from the back to the front in 1 hour. Here it is, the race for the lead down the front straight. Gary G gets a bad run out of 10. Max Bauer gets a great run and a slipstream. Let's see if he can cross over. Gary G carries momentum coming out of turn 1, blocks hard all the way to the grass. One move's all you get. Nice racing there by both drivers. We go up the hill to turn 3. Let's see if Gary G can hold it on the inside. He's going to keep position. Gets the power down. Gary G stays in front. Max Bauer keeps it clean. Both drivers keeping it clean. Once again, Gary G all the way blocking all the way on the inside. Once the inside lane gets it, let's see if Max can cross over. Not quite enough to cross over this time. A little bit of lockup by Gary G, but holds it down. Into turn 6 we go. A little wider line there for Max. Trying to carry some momentum. Same through 7 and 8. Let's see if we can reel them in by the time we get back to 10 and up into turn 1 again. Here we go. Stay in the slipstream. Keep up with them through turn 9. Don't get too close because you want to get a good run out of 10. Here we go. Get a good run out of 10. Max Bauer puts the power down. Gets in the draft. Side by side now. The inside line. Gary G has no choice but to watch Max Bauer take the lead into turn 1. Gary G tries. Max Bauer does not defend as strong as Gary did. So Gary now on the inside. Headed down to up to turn 3, I should say. Up the hill, Gary G has a preferred line. See if he can hold it. No lockup. Max Bauer forces him to stay tight on the exit. Side by side again we go. Over the crest, down the hill now, into turn 4. Gary G all the way on the inside. Max Bauer politely does not squeeze him. Max Bauer on the outside. Takes the apex, a little bit of lockup. New leader, Max Bauer. Gary G watches him drive by. I hate it for him. Max Bauer, your new leader with 11 minutes to go. Let's see if Gary G can reel him in, get the spot back, apply pressure, or if he concedes and decides to hold on to second. Third place Joshua Bloom is 17 seconds behind. So I don't think that's going to happen with only 11 minutes to go. Max Bauer trying to break the slipstream there. I think Gary G was too far behind to get a benefit from a slipstream anyway, but Max making sure of it. Now Max Bauer has to be careful getting around lap traffic, not to allow Gary G to get a sniff of his rear wing anymore for the rest of the race. I believe that's Andrew Miller, trying not to get run over this time. Another purple car. I feel bad for Andrew Miller. He's probably going to have nightmares about purple race cars tonight. Max Bauer holding off almost a 1 second lead now over Gary G. A free track in front of Max Bauer now. Nothing but asphalt and the beautiful Red Bull Ring in front of Max Bauer. Again, breaking the slipstream. Gary G trying everything he can. Still 3/4 of a second between the two. But full credit to Max Bauer for going from the back to the front. Sprint race, fastest lap. Yes, Max Bauer is still purple. We got somebody coming out of the pits. Gary G's going to try to benefit from a slipstream off of that one. Not sure how much benefit it was, but Maximilian Bauer. Max Power. Got a couple of cats and a Bernese Mountain Dog. Looking for a sponsor? Max Bauer's definitely earned it. Anybody watching? Max Bauer shows he can go from the back to the front. Class of the field tonight. Modified his T500 RS himself. Triple 27s for Max Bauer. No surprise, big Formula 1, 2, and 3 fan. Running a little wide there as we go onto the front straightaway. We got a replay here of Nicholas Stockner. Turn 3. Just on the gas, a little too hard, lights him up. Keeps the steering input a little too long. Might have done a little reset there to the pits. Coming up on 8 minutes to go. Max Bauer, your leader. Max Power, your leader. Gary G not letting him go. Not even a second apart yet. So good job by Gary G to hang in. We're waiting for, he's only going to take one. And he'll be right back there. Right back in it. Not giving up, giving everything he's got, running real wide in between 6 and 7. Through 8, once again, trying to break the draft. I love it. So Max Bauer, like I say, currently doing a really good job in the lead. I'm trying to find some stats here. Thanks for bearing with me. Max Bauer's had an up and down season. Had a couple of good starts. Starting second, couple of times. Riding with Gary G. There we go. There's Max in the Bang Racing. Johan DeRoy's teammate. He's led 11 laps this season. The stats don't really show what a good job he's been having this season. He's been having a really good season. The results don't always show it. I know he's had some really fast laps in earlier races. Seems to get caught up. Pretty high incident rate. But average start is almost 8, and his average finish is inside the top 10. As once again, Max Bauer going through turn 1, riding along with him on this Red Bull ring. Here we go with Jason Phillips. What happens? Head to turn 9. A little too much curve on the inside and loses back end. Jason Phillips. Not great for Jason Phillips, but still with a 9th place. Running currently as we're just past the 5-minute mark, 5 minutes to go. Average start for Max Bauer, 7. Average finish, 9. 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s. Only 2 DNFs of 9 starts. So, again, the stats don't show what a really good season he's had. This is going to be well-deserved for Max, and I think he would have given Johan DeRoy, his teammate, a run for his money. Full credit to Max Bauer. With coming up on 4 minutes to go, comes around for one more lap. So this is not Brian Coxon's first race. Brian Coxon was here earlier, ran at Silverstone. So comes and goes. But I definitely want to give a shout out to Brian Coxon. I think he's had a really good run. He should go home tonight knowing that he gave it his all today, and glad he's racing with us again. Brian Coxon currently 5th after starting up front, having a really good run. Happy with Brian Coxon. Just going to ride along with Max Bauer. And the closest battle on the track might be Justin Thaler and Steve Hansel. That's the battle for 6th and 7th. Here we go. Lots of traffic in front. So let's see. Steve Hansel has it. No, we're riding with Steve Hansel in 7th. Justin Thaler has 6th. Steve Hansel wants it, looking up ahead at Brian Coxon, I was talking about earlier. So let's see if Justin Thaler can reel in Brian Coxon for the top 5 with 2 minutes to go. So we're going to get this one and maybe one more. Steve Hansel getting closer, smelling Justin Thaler's oil. Oh, transmission fluid. Get that smell. Steve Hansel trying to reel him in like a dog on the hunt. Steve Hansel coming in the pit. What is that all about? Cannot make it in gas. Oh, Steve Hansel, I feel your pain. 1 lap short. Less than a minute to go. Max Bauer might be out of gas. Say it ain't so. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. I'm breathing again. A little lag on my part. Forgive me. Sorry about that, fellas. Max Bauer giving me a heart attack. Gary G now 8 seconds back. Maybe he's on a fuel save. All right. Finish the lap you're on. That's it. Max Bauer with the checkered flag for Max Bauer. First win of the season. Congratulations, Max Bauer. That's just full credit. They call that the Triple Crown, I guess, right? Or Grand Slam. You got practice, sprint race, fast lap, and the race win on the feature. 1 hour feature. So that's 80 minutes straight of driving for Max Bauer. Take a breath. Max Bauer, you have won your first Midwest Motorsports F3 race. Congratulations, Max. Gary G, not too shabby, finishes second, up 13 from his starting spot after a good sprint run. Joshua Bloom, full credit to Joshua Bloom in third. That is your podium. Max Bauer, Gary G, and Joshua Bloom. Max Bauer, Gary G, Josh Bloom, 1, 2, and 3. Rob Angus, fourth. Brian Coxon with the top 5. Justin Thaler, 6th. Justin Fedorowski, 7th. Steve Hansel finishes 8th after coming in for a splash and dash there at the end. But we are riding with Max Bauer. Congratulations to him. Thank you for joining us at the Red Bull Ring. We're going to try to get some interviews going on here. Don't forget, you get 10% off at w's.gg, and you get 10% off with the code MM_iRacing. You get 10% off. W.gg gets the Jitterless energy drink. But right now, we are closing it out at the Red Bull Ring. I think we have the winner of today, Max Bauer, in the interview room. You got us, Max?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks.
Oh, Max Bauer. That's a grand slam, my friend. You got the sprint race. You started dead last, 19th. Worked your way all the way to the front with about 12 or 13 minutes to go. You were able to take over Gary G for the win. How does it feel to get your win for the first time in Midwest Motorsports F3?
It feels absolutely fantastic because it's Austria, which is my home country. So yeah, I was desperate to win here. So I was practicing a lot, and race was pretty tough. Even though I was the quickest, you can easily make mistakes like off tracks. So the better you know where the off tracks are, the faster you get. And in the main race, I was fighting against Gary, which was really, really awesome. I really enjoyed it. And I believe in the end, his tires gave up on him.
Sure. Well, I did notice that Gary came in about 1 lap ahead of you. So you're maybe a little bit shorter fuel stop as well. Might have saved you. Went from a 5-second. Gary went from a 5-second lead to about a 3-second lead there. So smart strategy play. Did you know that ahead of time, or is that just the way it worked out?
Nah, it was just the way it worked out because I was checking fuel. How do you call it? Fuel usage. And I was sure you don't have to worry about fuel consumption at all. So I was just trying to prolong my stint as far as I can, so I can at least have 1 or 2 clean laps to make the gap to Gary a little bit less great. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, you did it, man. You did it. I know Johan de Roy is going to be proud of you, your teammate. I think that he would have had a hard time beating you as well. He's had a good run these last couple of races, but you definitely did him proud. I would have liked to see you guys go heads up. Gary, I'm sorry, Max, I talked in the broadcast about your season. I noticed that you've been very fast and just had some unfortunate runs. I won't go over the stats with you. But I will say that you've earned this. You've been looking good all season, and glad to see you finally bringing one home on the top step.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, I have to practice a lot. I'm not racing that much in the end. So only doing hot laps isn't improving my racecraft, and that's why I made so many mistakes.
Well, let's not talk about the mistakes. Let's talk about moving forward. Circuit Zolder is next. Do you have any experience at that track?
It's a tough track. Very hard to learn, very hard to be quick. The slightest mistake makes you quite slow. So I believe the key to success is practice, practice, practice.
All right. Well, I know what you're going to be doing this week.
Yeah.
After you celebrate tonight, you did a great job. We're happy to have you at the Midwest Motorsports F3 League. Anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to all of the guys. Racecraft is improving. I mean, I'm not perfect myself, but I hope we all gonna improve in the future, and yeah, help each other out. So go racing.
Let's go racing. You couldn't have said it better myself. Congratulations, Max. See you next week.
Thank you very much. See you next week.
Yes,
thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. That's it. Max Bauer wins the F3 Midwest Motorsports race at the Red Bull Ring. Thanks to everybody for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock start time for practice at the Circuit Zolder. It's going to be great. You're not going to want to miss it. For Colin Huffman in the truck, thanks to Josh Watt and all the Midwest Motorsports admins and league racers, I'm James J. We'll see you next week.